So I think it's pretty obvious by now that the AI epidemic is spreading, especially with ChatGPT, which for whatever reason, soulless and robotic corporations think is reasonable to replace actual human writers with. Like, I don't know what the reasoning is there, but whatever it is, I'm sure it's stupid. You can't consider replacing actual humans with literally made up storytellers with an AI bot that can probably replicate the crap just because Silicon Valley nerds rubbing their computer's code to slap all over it and acting like it's literally the future. That being said, I think that because of this, all of the reasons that the writers are on strike are completely 100% justified, and I really hope that they get what they want so we won't be having to watch trashy reality shows for the rest of the year. True gonna explain this much better in his video about this, so if you want my opinion on this whole writer situation, what he said. But I want to get more into the AI. I really do sound like a goblin. But I want to get more into the AI part of the situation, and how extremely stupid it is that people want to try and create the exact feature that you see when you look up a feature on Google. No, not that rapper. I mean the future. Like the crap you see in Meet the Robinsons. To be honest, I don't know why people imagine the future like this in the first place. Because who the hell would make bonus look like that just because it looks futuristic? Oh yeah, apparently billionaires would. And apparently ChatGPT applies to the future and so people are treating it like it's some genius. By the way, these billionaires look ugly. I can't tell you how many times someone has tweeted, "Drop everything. Stop working. You don't have to anymore. AI can do it all." No, it freaking can't, bro. It's cool, but when put into the expectation and imaginative idea of the future, it's actually straight up crap. AI can't make. I need to stop calling it AI. AI can't make good art, and I can already imagine some tech junkie sitting at his computer going, "Oh, what a low-life idiot." But he can't come up with one example. He just doesn't like change. Oh, yes, I can. Did you see that South Park episode where they used ChatGPT to write the script? It can't even make a consistent plot. And yes, I used a YouTube short to get this footage. What are you gonna do about it, you low life idiot? Casey Neistat recently made a video where he used AI to write a vlog for him, and he described it as the worst thing he's ever made.
That was the worst. That was the worst video I've ever made. That video sucked, and it sucked because it had no humanity. It had no depth to it, no soul to it.
It had no soul to it, and it was literally just him going to landmarks in New York City. Oh, how incredible it is that artificial intelligence can write a script. Yeah, it can write a script, but it's absolutely terrible. Imagine if all movies and YouTube videos were made using scripts like this. And just to prove that these scripts are so bad, I decided to download the ChatGPT app because I'm lazy, and asked it to write me an essay about why ChatGPT is bad. And it actually did write something. By the way, any result the AI gave me later on is actually copied and pasted onto a Google Doc because it accidentally clicked start a new chat, so it can't take screenshots directly from it. Anyways, let's see what the AI has written. Title: The Pitfalls of ChatGPT, Unveiling the Dangers of an Artificial Conversational Agent. Introduction: The advent of artificial intelligence has brought forth numerous advancements in various fields, including natural language processing. ChatGPT, a powerful language model developed by OpenAI, stands as a remarkable example of such progress. However, it is essential to critically examine the problem. The essay is more boring than a middle schooler trying to get past a 10,000 word limit on his essay, and that's saying a lot. But then it actually provides the exact reasoning I need to explain why it's bad, such as lack of contextual understanding, biased amplification, inadequate ethical guidelines, potential for misinformation, disinformation, and lots of human connection, especially in younger groups. Now, other than the fact that this literally sounds like it was artificially written, what a surprise, it's pretty solid. But take the odd sounding and seemingly robotic things that AI writes, and put that into the script, and it'll prove my point. So I asked ChatGPT to write me a script for a TV show I've been imagining in my head for quite a while, where someone wakes up in some beach house with no memory before it. They have to team up with the other strangers in the house in order to prove that the guy running it is evil. That's a very vague description of it, but I want to see if ChatGPT can write anything good out of that. And spoiler alert, it kinda can't. Let's look at this. Title: Shadows of Suspicion. Into beach house. Living room. Day. A person named Mark, early 30s, wakes up on a couch, disoriented and confused. He looks around, really like, oh god, I can't pronounce your writing, stupid ChatGPT. Four other individuals, Emily, James, Lucy, and Mike, are also present in the room, equally bewildered. Mark, trying to gather his thoughts. Where am I? What happened? Sounds an awful like he's drunk. Emily, looking equally confused. I have no idea. I woke up here too. Anyone else? James, Lucy, and Mike not in agreement. So eventually, they they start to question if there's a guy running the place, and then a guy named Mr. Woods walks in, and he's pretty suspicious. Mark, defensively, who are you, and why are we here? Mr. Woods, chuckling, you don't remember? How unfortunate. You've all been invited to my little paradise by the sea, considered as an exclusive getaway. Emily, suspicious. I can't remember anything before waking up here. Mr. Woods, slyly. That's part of the experience, and temporary memory lapse, if you will. But don't worry, everything will become clear soon enough. Wow, Mr. Woods really pronounces things terribly. Okay, it's starting to get a bit messy, but still okay. But then it takes the description I gave too seriously. They start to say things like, "There's something off about this situation, and we need answers." And Mr. Wood starts to talk about a little game and asking him to prove that he's evil, even though he mentioned nothing to him about him being evil in the first place. And he says to accept their challenge, and Mike is like, "I'm confused. What kind of game?" And Mr. Wood starts smirking and says, "A series of tests to uncover the truth about each other and myself." And Marcus is like, we're in this together, let's expose his true nature. Like, bro, have you ever heard of show not tell? Instead of slowly building up just them being suspicious of him, instead the AI just says it straight up, which means any slow burn that could have been there, but it gets even worse. Enter Beach House, various locations, day, so that's like a freaking reality TV show or something. Like after the writer's strike, as the day progresses, the group investigates the beach house looking for clues. They uncover peculiar items, hidden documents, and encounter suspicious incidents, all leading them to believe that Mr. Woods is indeed evil. So what do these documents even say? Like, did they just say Mr. Woods is evil? Well, look at the absolute quality the AI can write! And then they start to find documents of him being involved in illegal activities, and then they find some secret room all of a sudden, and they attempt to unlock a door, revealing a bunch of evidence of Mr. Wood's true nature. And it's like, okay, but why? What do these mean? It's so vague and going off track from the actual story of them being suspicious of this whole situation, all because I didn't specify what evil really meant. Can't craft details like that, because really all it's doing is pulling the information it has and whipping up something that doesn't work. And then the group confronts Mr. Woods and holds evidence against him, and Mike says that they know he is now. The secrets are out, and Mr. Woods says, smiling coldly, I've been covering my little game. Bravo, my dear guest, but do you really think we can escape? And suddenly Mr. Woods' henchmen emerge from hiding spots around and it ends there. So you see, some of this stuff could actually be good ideas, and I could even use it for inspiration if I wanted to turn my vision into reality. If I prefer to use the script on its own, anything I'd make would be hot garbage. All it shows is just basic plot outline with no depth. People just see that AI has gotten ever so slightly better and just go, wow, maybe we can literally think about replacing writers and using this garbage script written by a literal robot instead. Like, what makes you think that? If you're in charge of a corporation, what makes you think that the first thing you should consider when looking at this is to replace people whose jobs are literally things with fabrication of these things that aren't even good, before even putting that to the test? Then it goes to the other problem. AI art isn't art. Yes, that's right, I said it. Because since the whole point of art is that it's creative human expression, the whole thing that makes works of art impressive is that this stuff is made by humans. You can look at something made by AI and go, wow, it's kind of crazy that robots can actually make this, even considering the fact that it doesn't look that great. And technically just recycled from things already made by humans in the first place, but then going on to say that human art should be replaced with this crap just makes me think that anyone who says that has put zero thought into what art actually is. No matter how impressive AI art could possibly seem now, just think about becoming normal in the future. Anything that seemed impressive before has lost all value. Because the truth is that AI art legitimately defeats the purpose of art. I get no emotion looking at something rendered by AI. So it gets to the point where the only point of having this AI is literally because it's interesting. Like, I'm sure that if you put in a bunch of specific details for a story, that it could write the outline of something decent. But even then, can't you have spent the time you use writing the details by actually writing the script yourself? So then really makes you ask, what's the point? What's the point in making AI more advanced if it really causes all these issues of us having fear of being replaced? Because the truth is, if we created it, we can stop it. Because if you look at it that way, it's essentially equivalent of, wow, this thing we're making could apparently cause actual problems, although they can be solved if we stop trying to advance it. But we're just gonna keep advancing it anyway because it's cool or something. In conclusion, the AI could come in. particularly with the rise of ChatGPT. It's raised valid concerns and sparked debates about the role of AI in various industries, including writing and art. While it is essential to acknowledge the progress and potential benefits of AI, it is equally important to address its limitations and potentials. Okay, thanks, ChatGPT. That was terrible.